One of those WWE champions was pulled from last night's Raw due to injury. A new Judgment Day member has been teased and big matches have been added to Night of Champions. Find out what they are in a little tickle. Sad news to start off today's video from last night's Raw because one of those champions in the WWE was pulled from the show and therefore from her match because of an injury. Who was it, Andrew?
Well, it was Liv Morgan, unfortunately. So the women's tag team title match between Raquel and Liv versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville was postponed on last night's Raw. Now, Liv Morgan, as Ross was saying, was pulled from last night's Raw due to injury sustained during the tag title match against Damage Control on Friday Night SmackDown.
This is the last thing we needed for those damn tag team, well, the women's tag team titles, because we know how they're showcased by and large, and stuff like this only gets in the way even further.
Yeah, and it feels like Raquel and Liv actually want to do good things with those tag team championships as well. With as much as they have been given to do with them, I think they do want to sort of raise the prestige of them a little bit at least.
And they've been getting better as a tag team, haven't they, Andrew?
They've been getting really good.
They were thrown together, one of those higgledy-piggledy tag teams right at the start there, but they've got matching gear now. Raquel throws Liv like she's a weapon. It's fantastic stuff.
It is fantastic. I enjoy it. So it sucks that this has happened for them.
So yeah, it's just on last night's Raw, Raquel Rodriguez just absolutely thwacked. I think the word is Chelsea Green. She beat her with aplomb.
I enjoyed that match. I thought it was pretty good as well.
A big old thingy-be-doo for the win, one of those big old powery bomb thingy-be-doos. And then after the match, we had a return of a SmackDown, or a pair of SmackDown superstars who we haven't seen since the WrestleMania because of injury. Ronda Rousey headed into WrestleMania, of course, with an injury that sort of hampered her performance at WrestleMania. That was clear for all to see. Then during that the women's tag team match at WrestleMania Night 2, was it? I think. I can't remember that far
Yes,
back.
it was, yeah, because the men's was Night 1. Women's was Night 2.
Shayna Baszler apparently injured her foot in some form of fashion. She took a shoe off for some weird reason. I doubt she was giving just her foot some air. I think she was taking a shoe off to quell this, or just to allow the swelling to happen naturally, potentially, for an ankle injury. But after that Raquel Rodriguez versus Chelsea Green match, they return. And what happened, Andrew? Have you watched it?
Well, Ronda Rousey came in, guns are blazing, because she kicked Raquel Rodriguez in the side.
She did.
And then fell over straight away, bless her. And then, yeah, basically the Ronda Rousey, the returning Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler just beat down on Raquel Rodriguez. And yeah, they were just like, until you defend these belts, we're going to beat you up every single week.
I like the bit of sass from Ronda Rousey where she was like, Raquel, what are you supposed to do with those tag team titles? And Raquel goes down, she's like, it's rhetorical.
Do you know what? I felt more Kavoka from Ronda Rousey here in this little bit than I have done in a very long time.
She has been seemingly, just as a viewer, this is our own opinion, you might disagree, she has been going through the motions, especially with her promos.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I think I don't think it's a surprise to anyone. She works better as a heel, doesn't she? Yeah. She's so much better as a heel.
A natural arsehole.
She's a natural arsehole. And I'm actually excited to see the match between, you know, the women's tag team champions and Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey down the line.
You'd assume that Shayna and Ronda will win.
I'd think so.
It looked like it was going that way up until WrestleMania when the injuries got in the way of things.
Because I feel like they're going to be the final bosses of the women's tag team division.
The Sisters of Destruction.
The Sisters of Destruction.
They've got that vibe when they appear.
They do a little bit, don't they? But then we've got the NXT women's tag team champions as well.
The witches. I mean, I don't care what the Sisters of Destruction have in the submission arts, in the martial arts games. The witches have spells. So they dance below the moons where the dogs howl in the moonlight. I forget what the saying is that they come through.
There's a lot of that, isn't there? I wonder if we get a matchup between just pure speculation here, the women's tag team champions and the NXT tag team champions, and then you merge them together.
I would not be against that, Andrew.
I would not be against that either.
Because the heart has been ripped out the NXT women's tag team division. Up the NXT. Last night on Raw as well, we had a new Judgment Day member teased potentially. JD McDonough. Google me to give him his proper name in the words of Kevin Owens. He appeared on last night's Raw via vignette first and foremost, I think it was. He was saying, I've watched all these people go on by doing things the right way, and now I'm an arsehole to people, which I thought was an interesting thing for him of all people to say, given what happened. But that's besides the point, isn't it? Later on in the show, though, it looked like he was being teased or lined up as new member of the Judgment Day. What happened when it came to that thing, Andrew?
So backstage, Madonna told Kathy Kelly that you never... Sorry, what? McDonough. What is it?
McDonough.
McDonald's. JD McDonald's told Kathy Kelly that you never bet against an ace before leaving the building. However, Ross, And we've all sort of been speculating this, and it's been reported on perhaps as well, that Finn Balor was up in the little stairs. He was viewing down and having a look at JD, Madonna, Doe, whatever, McDonald's.
Vogue.
And I think this makes sense. Finn Balor, I believe, trained JD Madonna as well.
He gave birth to him. It's his biological son.
Gave birth to him.
If you look at JD's really square head, it's sort of similar to Finn Balor's in many respects.
Big. Do you remember those promos where he just used to do them upside down? Do you remember that?
Yeah, because he's a spooky pervert.
So
just in case
weird.
you haven't been watching NXT, JD McDonough Google Me has been a sort of. I always used to compare it with the Doctor from the Human Centipede. That sort of vibe.
Oh, okay.
That's
a vibe to have.
Other wrestlers go to the gym and pump iron. He would hang upside down like a bat. He would be in like sort of cold chambers and stuff like that. And it was just all the general vibe was like.
But it's not like the most. It's not the most flattering thing to do, is it? When your head's already pretty square and then all the blood's rushing to it, it's gonna like.
It's a terrifying visual. It's like Brock.
It is.
When Brock Lesnar rocked up on last week's Raw looking like a zombie. This is what JD McDonough Google Me was going with the upside down promos. But yeah, he's a spooky pervert. He knows everything about the human body. This is his NXT gimmick, which I assume parts of. They were in the vignette. Parts of this is going to carry over to the main roster. He's a spooky pervert who knows the body better than his opponent does, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
See, you've got a bad shoulder there. I like to target that.
And he's just a cocky man as well, isn't he? That sort of fits in with the Judgment Day.
But as a Judgment Day member, I think it's a good little fit.
Yeah, me too. Because JD.
God
there
almighty.
You go.
It writes itself,
Judgment
doesn't it?
Day Madonna.
Do you want to see any more people out of the Judgment Day, like the NWO, or do we have 5 as being enough?
5's enough, I think.
Not another lady?
No, Rhea just carries.
A sub for the mammy? Another sub to go alongside Dom for the mammy?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good with just the one. I'm good with just the one.
Right then, so finally we're going to end the video with some big matches announced for Night of Champions, which of course is taking place on May the 27th, the night before AEW Double or Nothing. Ooh. It's going to be a busy night. Becky Lynch returned to Raw last night to officially announce that she and Trish Stratus will go one-on-one in Saudi Arabia with a contract signed for the match taking place next week. The full card for the event so far, Andrew, is...
Oh my goodness gracious, there's a lot, so strap in. Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, and Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles in the World Title Tournament Finals. We also have the IC Championship match as well.
Oh, who's that one?
It's gonna be Mustafa Ali, isn't it, versus Gunther?
Is it actually?
Did that
happen on last night's Raw?
Yeah, that happened. Yeah, look, it says it there in the news.
Oh, right, I've not watched it yet. I'm just going off Tom's notes here.
He won the Battle Royale in a really nice spot at the end. It was Ricochet and Bronson Reed were tussling on the apron. Mustafa Ali climbs up, jumps off, takes them both out, and he is the man who's off to face Gunther.
Well, I think it's positive Ali to give him his catchphrase, certain that Gunther will smash his face in.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good match, though, isn't it?
It will be a good match. He'll sell his bollocks off, Ali. He's very good. Elsewhere... What?
No.
He'll sell his bollocks off.
He will sell his bollocks off.
He'll make Gunther look $1 million.
He certainly will.
But I reckon that Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes match might turn into some sort of fight pit thing. I've said it before.
I think there'll be a stipulation. I think after what happened at... I was surprised, actually. It didn't happen at Backlash, but it made sense because we got the San Juan Street fight as well. I thought that's where it was going to go. But yeah, I can see it happening there.
Because I just thought it was weird how Daniel Cormier last week was like, I'll be on Raw tomorrow night, and then Triple H liked the tweet. And then he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been referenced since. What's gone on there?
That'd be cool in a fight pit,
Could a pencil mustached old man have been involved?
I hope not. That was good, wasn't it?
Anyway, that's it for news video 1. We'll be back later on with news video 2 to later today. I've got any closing remarks there, Andrew?
Not at all. I think you said it all perfectly fine right there, Ross.